Hey, my name is Sean. Welcome to Echoes in Eternity Bourbon. Have you ever just woken up and felt like a champion? Happy Easter. He is risen. So, I am the 2024 Q1 Trash Palate Champion. You can't take that away from me. It was just so much fun last night. I absolutely had a blast. Troy and Laura Baker Drinks, thank you so much for having me on. Had a really good time, and I'll tell you what, Baker Drinks is the one that really started everything on this last night for Matt at Whiskey Wisdom. We missed Matt, but it was truly Baker Drinks ideas. I know that Troy and I communicated a lot, but like any couple, you got to have the other person behind the scenes that's working on a lot of stuff. So I know Laura did a ton for this too. So Baker Drinks, awesome last night. I think everyone was amazing last night. And I think Matt truly understood how much that we missed him, not seeing him a lot, and how much we love him. So I had a lot of things going on yesterday. Had some issues going on with my dad, getting that taken care of for him. They had a surprise, not really a surprise, but it had kind of been known, but I guess people didn't really believe it, like kind of a bracket buster bourbon drop in Alabama. Was able to pick up something there yesterday as well. Had a great time on the show last night. And this is how I became the Trash Palate Champion. And Matt will relive this tale for a long time. I ended up losing last night, which means that I'm the winner. I'm the Trash Palate Champion. Can't take that away from me ever. At least for Q1 2024. So Troy and Laura, they sent in 3 different pours. And the pour that I fell in love with, and I'm like, this has got to be the allocated pour, was a Jack Daniel's barrel proof single barrel. And I love those things. Anything with those gold labels tends to be money for me, and it was money last night. I just couldn't quit drinking the thing last night. I mean, I drank through the whole thing last night. Of course, there was a lot of talking in between, but it beat out a stag for me. So so Matt's going to be relentless for the rest of my time with him about that shelfer stag, because we said let's pick out a shelfer, let's pick out an allocated, let's do a blend and see if we can figure them out. We both figured out our blends. Laura and Troy figured out the allocated. They were. Oh, I take that back. They were split on the blends and what the shelfer was, but they both nailed the allocated. I nailed their blend, but I had a tough time on their allocated. I just really thought that Jack Daniel's barrel proof single barrel was the allocated, and I just liked it more. So sometimes that's the way it goes, but that's fine too. So, yesterday there was also the bracket buster that came out, and I would like to give my bank a big personal F on that one. So, and I'm sure a lot of you have the same type of thing. You're allowed a certain amount of limit that you're allowed to do on your debit cards, per day. But I had talked to my bank because I was paying off a lot of different things recently, and I said, look, I'm going to need to exceed this limit. I got to send my buddy some money for a trip that we've got planned, and this, that, and the other. And I knew that I was going to the bracket buster, and I didn't want to be tight on anything. And they're like, yeah, we got it set up for you. So I get to the bracket buster, hang out all day. There were some great people there as always. And Bruzel showed up, and I'll tell you what, he is such a nice guy, just a genuinely nice guy. And, he was talking with a lot of the people that were there. I was picking at him a little bit. When's he going to let me come over so we can share some pours? I know he's a busy man. And I was just picking at him a little bit. I don't know if I'll ever get on the camera on that. But it was fun. It was a good time. He's very good with people, and I enjoy seeing him around people. And so it was nice seeing him yesterday. Nice seeing the crew that was out there yesterday, getting to meet some new people as well. Good time. But where my bank gave me the fail is I've told them, hey, I'm going to be doing more, and I want to make sure that I'm good. So I get out there, and I try to process my payment, and I'm like, and it only processes for a certain amount, and I'm like, oh, this ain't good. So I call my bank. The lady was very patient with me. Of course, they don't answer, even though they're open. Big another F there. So they failed me again. But that's okay too. So I'm like, well, I'll just use, I've got my, I travel very light. I'm like, well, I got my phone. I've got electronic payments I can use on there. Alabama stopped doing that this week. And the lady said, I don't know who jacked it all up, but now we can't accept these type of payments either. I'm like, crap. So, they were very patient with me. We sat up there for about 10 or 11 minutes while everyone's going by wondering why the hell I'm still standing there. But I was able to get one bottle because I couldn't use any other electronic payments and something else. And so I wanted to share that from the Bracket Buster yesterday. There we are. So I was able to pick up an Old Forester single barrel. This is ABC Spirit Select coming in at 130.7 proof. And you're probably like, why would you get another one of those? Because if you saw last week, I ended up with an Antique 107. I ended up with a Black Label Old Forester, but I traded that to somebody who she really wanted that for her son, and it wasn't out on the table when she went through, but it was when I went through, and she's like, man, he would really like this one, and so we swapped them out. And so I came home and I had an Old Forester single barrel and an Antique 107. Well, I had someone that had been looking for that Antique 107 and even made mention in the comments that that's one of their unicorns that they're looking for because it just doesn't get to their area. So, I was like, hey, my cost is your cost. Got it to him. He was very happy with that. And then also on the other Old Forester, there was someone that was going to come meet me last weekend. His daughter was sick. She's doing a lot better now. So I'm glad to hear that. But he was like, man, I didn't get down there. But he had a bottle that I was looking for. And I said, well, let me get you this one. So the bottles that I got, I had three different things last week. Even though I only got two bottles, I had three different things. But all of them went to new homes. But I was able to bring in a different bottle. And I was able to make a couple people happy, which is cool. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to enjoy good moments and things. And so people will remember those things. Anytime they have a pour, and somebody had mentioned that, is that when someone gets me a bottle, anytime I have a pour, I think about that person because they got me that bottle and it has a different meaning and a different level to me. So I'm sure those will have that for some other people as well. So that's the coolest part about it. So I had fun with that. Had fun losing to Mark Gale, so I got to get him a stag pour. and on top of the Old Forester, I was able to get one of the Blanton's Minis. So this will be fun. So, we have a giveaway this weekend, which was for the Penelope Rio 2-ounce pour. The winner, Bluefish, I believe that's William Hall. You were the winner of the Rio 2-ounce pour Penelope. Patreons will have another one today. We're not only giving away the 2-ounce pour on that, but also giving away the whole 31 from the March Madness. So that'll be coming up later on this afternoon. Mark Gale now a pour of Stag for losing, but I am the champion. Don't ever forget that. And then next week, I'll tell you what. Old Forester single barrel. I'm going to crack this during the week sometime. I'll do a review on it, but I'm also going to do this for a pour for next week. So let's see. What do we want to use for a phrase? We'll just put spring is here. So spring is here in the comments. If you're interested in getting a 2-ounce pour of this Old Forester, Patreons, that you'll be getting an opportunity for that as well. So not only do we have the 2-ounce pour for this today, we have the 31 pack, and then on April 1st, we have the 6 packs that we have for that. And then if you win a 6-pack, you won't be eligible for the Old Forester, a single barrel 2-ounce pour, but also for the Patreons next week, I'll give you the choice of do you want, and I'll do 2 drawings. Do you want the Old Forester 2-ounce, or do you want a Blanton's Mini, the mini grenade? So Patreons, it'll be a lot of fun for that. Looking forward to church today. For those that know, I have a very strong belief system, and today's the biggest day of the year for me. So I'm excited about that. I hope that, I hope everyone's off today, but I know that's not true. I got gas this morning, and I'm like, there's still people out there working. So those of you out there still working and taking care of business for our country, thank you. I hope your work day goes by fast. I hope you're successful and you bring great energy into things that you do. For those of us that are off today, I hope time slows down. I hope you spend time with family and friends, and you reflect, and you have an amazing day today. Maybe some great food, some great conversations, some great pours. I reached out to someone just yesterday, just via text, and just checking on someone I hadn't heard from a little bit, let them know there's something on the mail that was showing up for him. And, he had kind of divulged, hey, he was having a rough time with some stuff. And you know what? I'm glad that he said that, because I was able to say, hey, this is only a temporary thing. You have some good things coming your way. You've done some beautiful work. You shared some work that you did, beautiful work. And I'm like, man, this is a temporary thing, but I'm going to keep you in thought. I'm going to keep you in prayer. And man, let's look for the good days ahead. So, I was very glad that I heard from him yesterday. So sometimes those things are just great. Reach out to somebody, let them know that you're thinking about them, and maybe they've got something that you don't know what they're dealing with. So that was awesome. But most importantly today, it's Easter. He is risen. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Cheers and God bless. Thank you.